Hey guys, it's Abe.
It's Bear.
And you're watching a new episode of Nerd Talk. So this is our first ever episode, so we want to introduce you to our channel, Nerd Rage TV. Why don't you tell them about the channel?
Basically, we're going to be conversating a whole lot of things about movies, movie trailers, with the new movies coming out, past movies, giving our opinions. Also, we're going to be talking about new video games coming out. Anything nerd talk, really, nerd related. Basically, giving our opinions on what we think about these movies and video games coming out. Everyone has their own opinion. So, if you also have your own opinion, put them down in the comments below and let us know what you think all about it.
Yeah, we'd love to read them. All right, so let's start with our first topic, Avengers Endgame. All right, so we got to start off by talking about the theories for this thing, right?
Gotta throw in the theories.
Gotta throw in the theories, right?
Because everybody has them.
That's the biggest thing now. It's been like that since Infinity War came out. The movie came out, everybody saw it, everybody started immediately throwing theories.
Yeah.
Nobody even knew the damn name of the movie. And everybody was like, this is what it is, this is what's happening. Alright, so I literally have to be honest with you guys, I spent almost all night last night looking up theories. So I've already got myself into a little bit of trouble. Alright, and I swear I found some things that are pretty much spoilers for this movie. There's a couple of things I won't even talk about on this damn channel because I know in my heart it's a spoiler for the movie.
Yes.
But there's some cool things we gotta talk about. Let's talk about the biggest one, and that's time travel. This has been surrounding this movie since day one. Now, we actually just watched the new trailer that they dropped yesterday when they released tickets, which is something we'll come back to. This trailer had some really cool moments that when I was going through online last night, I realized that, holy crap, time travel might be a huge thing in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't take it seriously until last night. There was this moment in the trailer where Cap was talking to Iron Man, and they did this whole handshake and do you trust me thing. And if you look very closely at Chris Evans' neck in this scene, it looks like the entire suit he's wearing is digitally altered on, which makes me think that they're in the original Avengers movie at the Battle of New York, and I think they're trying to go get the Tesseract. I think they're going back through time to snag all the stones, because I don't think things are going to go too well in there. I think, well, look, this movie is a 3-hour movie. And technically, we've only, apparently, from the trailers, seen footage from the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
First 20 minutes, like, holy, this movie's gonna be insane. It's gonna change things, no matter what. I keep telling everybody, I think this movie's gonna be bigger than anybody thinks. We think it's gonna be blah blah blah. It's gonna be the Avengers kick Thanos' ass, and they somehow maybe a good character dies. No, I think it's gonna change the MCU forever.
Yeah,
I think it's really gonna change things because this is the end of the Infinity Saga, and they have to use this movie as a way to introduce an entirely new saga.
Yeah.
So what the hell is gonna happen? It's exciting. We don't know anything. That's the thing that always I think that's why everybody brings so many theories to the table, because we don't know anything about this movie.
Right.
And I think that's really important because it's just going to be crazy. It really is. And
theories that make it more interesting. It makes it gives everybody's perspective on what they would expect or what they would like to see. In hopes that would actually be in there. And that's what gives it more hype. That's what does it. That's what builds up everything, the hype in it, is people's theories on it.
Let me tell you, folks, the hype for this damn movie is real.
It's huge right now.
It's huge. It's insane. Look, today is the 3rd of April that we're filming this, and that means we only have 23 more days left.
It's going to go by like that
it's
going to be here before
and
you know it.
there's
And
so much to do in so little time, and there's just crazy stuff to talk about here.
Right.
I mean, there's so much to unpack.
Another good one would be the MCU Marathons.
Yes, MCU Marathons. Look, this is all the rage right now. I'm sure that a lot of you are participating in your own MCU Marathon, and if you are, leave a comment down below and let us know. I am. I know I'm going on a really crazy one. I did one last year when Infinity War came out, and it was just like one movie a day until Infinity War came out. So I'm doing the same thing this year, except for I'm going in even wider scope, and I'm adding in the Netflix shows and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, I forgot that for a second. So that's going to be a good, I don't know how many seasons of television to add between here and Endgame, which is going to be an insane marathon. I know that AMC theaters are doing their big 56-hour-long marathon right before Endgame, which is crazy with considering the length of Endgame on top of all that.
I'll definitely be watching.
Yep. Look, I found this ad. Like, this is crazy. I don't know if anybody here in YouTube land has heard about this, but there's this ad out there that they're literally going to pay somebody to sit through all of the Avenger movies and give them like $1,000 to do it nonstop from beginning to end.
I'd do it.
Like, holy crap! That's literally like 2 or 3 days of just nonstop Marvel. Like, and the other thing is you have to sit there and like live tweet it or whatever. But still, that's a lot of friggin' money. $1,000 just to watch your favorite movie. That's just awesome. Let's just admit that. That's really cool.
It is.
So, one thing we have to talk about yesterday, we mentioned earlier that they dropped tickets yesterday, pre-sale tickets, and a record has been set. They absolutely destroyed the internet last night when they dropped the tickets for this thing, because everybody and their brother and their sister and their friggin' mother is buying tickets all at the same time, and within the first 6 hours of tickets being available, they literally broke the record. They destroyed Star Wars The Force Awakens previous high bar pre-sale tickets.
Which surprised me. It really did.
It's nuts. And I mean, even Infinity War was like 3 movies behind.
Yeah.
So like, the hype from Infinity War to Endgame has accelerated just massively. It's obvious that this one's going to be even bigger, and it's going to be crazy. Endgame is going to be nuts.
It is. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
So
basically, all right, that's enough with Endgame. We might have more later on, depending, but we definitely have to start talking about this new trailer just came out, the Joker trailer.
All right, let me get into this one. All right, I got some words. All right, before we talk about the trailer, I just want to talk about the concept in general. This is all my opinion. I know there are people out there who completely agree with me and some that absolutely don't. Who the hell asked for this movie? Who? Oh, Okay. Fair enough. Okay. There's some standpoints that I see, but there's some stuff that absolutely irritates me. The first major thing is we have a Man of Steel movie. We have a Wonder Woman movie. We have an Aquaman movie. We have Suicide Squad. We have a Justice League movie. Let's not get into that. And we're about to have Shazam. Where the fuck is my Batman movie? Where the fuck's my Batman movie, okay? We're getting a Joker movie. His greatest villain is getting his own solo movie that has absolutely nothing to do with the universe that they've started to create before we get a Batman movie. Why? Am I missing something here? I mean, apparently Warner Brothers just thinks it's hilarious to just use our favorite characters as selling points instead of really trying to make good movies. Instead of trying to make good movies and make lots of friggin' money like Marvel does, they're like, nah, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna just, you guys like that Joker, don't you? Yeah, let's get that movie. That's exactly what they're thinking in their board meetings. I mean, it's the only way that they've done that, but they can't give us a bread and butter character like Batman as a solo movie. Like, okay. I won't rage too hard. I'm trying not to go too hard on this because the simple fact of the matter is when we come back to the main topic right now, the Joker trailer, it actually impressed me.
Yeah.
And I know that contradicts everything I'm getting pissed off about here. This is not what I wanted for a movie. But I have to say two things. Joaquin Phoenix looks like he can play a very, very good Joker.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested to see it. Second, the trailer looks very dark and tragic. And that's exactly what we need from a Joker origin.
Especially for Joker, because of the story that they gave him, how he grew up, and everything that happened to him till now, on why he became who he became, how things started to happen, to what caused him to get that psychotic feeling, that way, just like basically because the same thing as Heath Ledger, which was one of my favorite Jokers, one of my all-time favorites, and the way he pulled it off, that psychotic,
just madman
being, the madman,
yes. Yeah. I mean, look, I 100% I'm gonna go see this. I'm gonna go see it because look, I love the Joker. I love Batman. I love the Batman mythos. All of the characters. I love all of his villains. And, and of course, the Joker is a classic. I mean, one of my favorite comic books ever is The Killing Joke. That's such a classic. And that was one of the first times that they ever did a Joker origin. Even though in the comics, we've always made it so we never really know who the Joker really is. They never really tell us a name, and that's something that's kind of different in this movie too, by the way. But it's always captivated me as a reader, as a fan, and I really kind of want to see this. It sucks because it's almost like a cash grab draw. And that's the one thing that irritates the hell out of me. I don't want that. I want DC to be super successful. I want them to eventually be level with Marvel. But at this point, Marvel just got all their properties back. Yep. There's no way in hell DC's going to catch up at this rate. Just a little tangent. Let's work in here. Let's talk about DC and Warner Brothers. Because we're kind of touching on it. We've kind of been pushing it here. Yeah. Let's just throw that in here really quick, and let's talk about this. DC and Warner Brothers Warner Brothers in specific has been fudging stuff up badly. And it's so irritating as a hardcore DC fan because, look, DC everywhere else is absolutely accelerating. We're doing so good. And I'm an absolutely huge DC fan, and I'm an absolutely huge Marvel fan. And my heart is freaking broken about Daredevil, but that's for another episode. And we're definitely going to get into that. But Warner Brothers, you need to get your shit straight. Look, 3 movies in a row that have absolutely tanked. It started with Batman vs. Superman. This movie sold well, but it was split massively down the middle. You either absolutely hate it or you absolutely love it. There is no in between. There is absolutely no in between. And That really sucks. That was the first time that I was like, oh crap. And then they dropped the Suicide Squad. Now, first off, I loved that movie. I thought it was a good movie.
Yep.
It had its problems. It had some glaring problems, but I as a person can overlook stuff like that. It was good. It was good, man. I was really enjoying it, and just everything kind of just was turned on its head because Warner Brothers decided to throw their hand in the ring at the last minute and change how the edit of the film,
yep.
and messed things up bad, and it didn't turn out very well, and people were pretty freaking negative on that movie. And then it got even worse because when they did Justice League, halfway through it lost its director. They did reshoots. The reshoots were messed up. WB rushed the movie because they didn't want to spend any more money on it. And because of that, it came out, and the movie, it could have been really good, or it could have been absolutely bad. I don't know. But what came out was not very good. I still somehow found enjoyment in the movie.
Yeah.
Because the characters were what to me was the saving grace.
Yes.
And
the characters was what pulled it off.
Yep. And the villain was serviceable. He wasn't good, but he wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
He was serviceable. But that was it. And that shouldn't have been that movie should have been the hype of the original Avengers movie. But even more so, because people know Man of Steel, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and The Flash. I mean, those four characters alone should have massively sold it.
Yep.
But of course, it didn't turn out worth half a damn. And it's absolutely frustrating because I'm a huge DC guy, and I feel the pain. I feel the pain of my DC fan brothers out there. Look, it's difficult. It's a difficult time to be dealing with this stuff, and now DC kind of awoke too late, and they realized that they need to have directors that do their own damn thing, and they make really good solo character films, because that's what's now we're having success. But they're still trying to do these, they had this great universe that was starting to come together, and they have all these great characters, and they could still pull it back and make a Justice League sequel, do Justice League versus the Legion of Doom, and it could be the best freaking team-up movie ever. They could do it, but the problem is now they're never going to do another Justice League movie because the first one just tanked, and it cost them money. So it's like, ugh.
Right, but I don't know. I personally like the idea of these solo films, trying to pull in their stories each, so you know each individual character. Yes. So when they are all together, you have an idea of who they are and where they come from. And with this, I don't know, bringing in this Joker now, I think is a bad idea. Yeah. Hopefully the movie does good.
Yes.
To keep up its rating, but bringing in a solo Joker movie now is a bad time to do it.
Yeah,
especially in having all this mixture of everybody together right now. But at the same time,
you're also kind of rooting for the movie to do good.
Yeah, it is. But I personally think having a Joker movie in general is going to be really good. Because I personally have been wanting a Joker movie or something with the villains, because I personally am always on the villain side. I love the villains throughout all DC and Marvel. Oh, yeah. I've always been a part of the dark side when it comes to that. And Joker has been actually one of my favorite villains. Oh yeah, throughout everybody. Like I said, Heath Ledger is one of my favorites. He played it off really well. He gave the best performance of my opinion for the Joker. I mean, who do you like throughout all the movies with Joker in them? All right. Who would be your favorite?
So if we're just gonna stick to movies, it's obviously Heath Ledger. It just you can't deny that.
True.
But my personal absolute favorite version of the Joker ever, hands down, the one, the only Mr. Mark Hamill. He is the Joker. When you do anything animated, don't get somebody else to voice it. Just call Mark Hamill, dude. He loves the role. He's always enjoyed doing it. And look, he's an incredible. Batman the Animated Series. You couldn't have had all the genius of that without Mark Hamill as the Joker. He's the person who kind of made that sound, the laughter, because otherwise it was just a character on a page and you just saw ha ha ha. He gave it that voice. And then everybody started to use that as a reference point, and now everybody kind of uses that to make their laugh. And that's so integral to, I honestly believe that even Heath Ledger's Joker was somehow influenced by Mark Hamill's.
Yeah.
And so you gotta give credit where credit's due.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So before we get too much deeper into this, because we could go on forever and ever, let's say a quick goodbye, because we're at that 21-minute mark. And we're gonna keep the videos around this length. I think it's a pretty good length. We're going to have a few more topics in the future. We're actually going to see Shazam on Friday.
Yep.
And we're going to be doing an awesome spoiler-free review and a spoiler-filled review, both on the channel. So stay tuned for those, plus the next episode of Nerd Talk next week. So we'll see you guys later.
I've been Bear.
I've been Abe.